Hello, folks. How's it going? So, tonight, some more EU4. How about that, guys? So, look, where we're at right now, we just finished a war here, or we're about to finish a war here, with a number of minor states at Maguindanao and Luwu here, which is controlling the rest of Makassar. Now, unfortunately, we are not able to take all of Luwu at this very moment. It is beyond what we can take in a single peace deal, which is unfortunate, but we can take almost all of it, including Makassar itself. Now, we'll leave them with their capital. I think that's fine. Yeah. Or could leave them with this one, take the fort. We have some options. I think we'll take these 6, is it? No, these 5. They are all spice trading provinces. We want to get as much of the spice trade as we possibly can, preventing us ever getting the decline of the spice trade modifier, which actually I don't think we're going to get that at this point because, I mean, we just have so much of it, but hey, even more of it can't hurt, since we don't have the decline of the spice trade modifier. We're going to be producing a ton of spices and making a ton of money off of these. So the more the merrier, folks. And generally speaking, my objective here is to consolidate more of control of Indonesia down here, as well as the Philippines to a lesser extent. Basically getting these 3 trade nodes all set for us so we can export as much wealth out of this region as humanly possible, as well as, of course, to get this manpower that any of these provinces may have. So, okay. So initially, as I booted this up, I realized what I had been trying to do is send this army of 18,000 down here to. Oh, there. Yeah. Okay. These guys were still attached. So, trying to send as many of. I'm sorry. We were trying to send that 18,000 group over to the Philippines, take these rebels out real quick, then send them up to Siberia to deal with these particularist rebels, which I believe they were particularist. Yes. Yeah. Although I don't see them here anymore, but nonetheless, I decided instead that it would be actually better to send this group I have here. See, I liberated this province from the particularist rebels, and I have this fleet sitting right there. I was thinking better to send them actually over there, even though it's a very long distance. But instead of sending any of my guys over here. Now, what I would like to do. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not explaining this very well. I'm going to send those guys up to Siberia because I don't want to waste too much time going all the way up there because I want to start another war lightning fast. Now that would be against Brunei. Now I believe we have a claim on Brunei. We do. So my intention here is, so they're allied with Sulu and Palembang here. Now, Palembang's great to take out because they've been raiding our coast. They're a pirate republic, I believe, a pirate confederacy. And Sulu, I'm going to co-belligerate because they are allied with, Hadramut for one, and Cebu for another. So now, basically, Hadramut, I think, only has the island of Sumba and Matatwai here. So we'll completely wipe them off the map. That'll be good to take them out. Then now they don't even exist anymore. Or actually, I'm sorry, they do exist a little bit in the Middle East here. So we can probably use this group to take them out there. But yeah, so the idea is I'll have all of the Philippines except for this portion that Egypt controls up here. And Borneo, and of course the Sulu Islands here, which is the center of trade. And we'll take out the Pirate Confederacy right here, which will also serve to link our holdings in Siak here with the rest of our holdings in Sumatra. So I think that's going to work out very well. Now we are going to end this war when our diplomat here returns. So let's get on with it. Without further ado. So we are sending this group up to the Philippines here. It's going to serve to take out these rebels, but also it will be ready to attack Cebu. So. Yeah, so we want to have we'll have this grouping ready here to attack the Cebuans. May as well, while they're here in the Philippines, take these rebels out, right? We've got rebels in Kaliwa and Patay, so we'll have these guys stop drilling, and then we'll have them attack these rebels here. As you guys can see, we've started our colonization of the interior of Africa here. So we've got more ships that are being built and popping up here. We're going to send them over here. My wife here's playing some sort of game with her little sisters here, making a huge racket. Making a huge racket. She's a little sick right now. She's got a cough. Poor girl.
Ay, me duele la rodilla.
All right. So, yeah, we've got our diplomat back. Oh, and also some of these have popped up here. Oh, I gotta be careful. Actually, we have this Lulu fleet is still around, or so you know what I'll do. Ooh, it's a nasty cough she's got. We'll take this deal, and we'll of course take ducats from them. Well, because why not, right? So there we go. Conquest of Makassar is completed. So in most of these, I believe there are Caravel unique unit, which is just great. So they have slightly lower maintenance than the regular trade ships. Now they say Caravel, but they're actually really the same upgrade level as whatever your Diplotech allows. So they're effectively they're frigates, as you can see here. They're frigates, but Caravel, the unique Portuguese Caravel. So they have slightly lower maintenance, which is great, but also they take less attrition. They move a little faster, and they actually have plus 1/3 ship trade power modifier, which is huge, absolutely huge. So those are great. While we're at peace here, let's go ahead and upgrade some of our centers of trade where we have the opportunity to do so. So we have the money for that one, which Mogadishu we just upgraded into a world port, which is great to have another world port in the Gulf of Aden node. That's money that's going to be flowing through our trade lanes and into our home node. So let's go. Oh, also, before we go any further, let me begin coring up these areas. So Makassar, that's going to be definitely another world trade hub. Bone, high development spice province. So Pang, another relatively high development spice province. Same with Wajo and Kolaka. Beautiful. And that just about took up pretty much all the admin power we have at the moment, actually. Let me make sure that all of my... okay. So I can't actually upgrade this guy because he's not one of our promoted cultures. So we might want to consider replacing him with someone else who is from promoted culture here. Potentially, yeah, this guy, Hoaudemir Marialva, or Simao de Baranza. One of the two, whichever we prefer. We want more national tax modifier, or more yearly prestige. So whichever one of them would work. So let's take these guys out. And these guys, let's get them over to Zamboanga. So once these guys return, I think I'm just going to declare the war immediately, because we have to move fast on this type of thing, because a lot of these guys might potentially join a coalition against me very rapidly. So let us upgrade some of these now that we have some cash. All right, we're going to upgrade this into an entrepot. Okay, Zayla. We can also upgrade this into an entrepot. Malinde, so Harar, yes, we have the money to upgrade this into a World Trade Center, folks. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So that is now 3 different trade centers that are upgraded to level 3 in the Gulf of Aden. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful indeed.
No, beautiful.
And Malinde, now we can't upgrade that into a world port yet. We're lacking 2 development. We'll go ahead and dev that up at some point here. May as well just do it right now, actually. Or yeah, but better we just make a university first. Save us some monarch power. Anywhere we're going to be deving up, we want to have a university there. Save us some dev costs. Save us some monarch points, right? And since we have just so much dang money coming in, I mean, income of 1,000 now, or okay, that's only because of spoils of war. But pretty soon, it's going to be 1,000 income. So, we can throw money around more so than we can throw monarch points around. Okay, so yeah, see, Ternate just entered a coalition. So we got to move quick on this. So yeah, as soon as this other diplomat has returned, we are definitely going to declare this war immediately. Now, we have 2 colonists that are available now. Taveta now is fully colonized. We'll go ahead and send one to Shamba. And where else can we consider? How about we send one to Tuat here? Which is, what culture is that? It's Tuareg. Okay. Saharan nomads. All right. So yeah, we'll send the culture. So we'll send our colonists there. Link us up in the north here with Songhai. Why not? We can also take a look at linking ourselves up right here. Kanem Bornu. But in fact, why don't we do that actually? Why don't we do that instead? start reaching a little bit into the Sahara, why don't we? Okay, so, oh, also, folks, another war we could consider doing pretty soon here at some point. Now, I've been making troops over here to bring as reinforcements over to Indonesia. So once Bamanis gets out of a coalition with me, I could attack them, take some provinces, then immediately declare in Vijayanagar, whose independence is guaranteed by Bamanis. So we'd be able to double dip on a war with them. Now, mind you, of course, at the moment being, we could just, declare on Vijayanagar, and that would, of course, bring Bamanis in there. And we could do that if Bamanis doesn't want to leave the coalition anytime soon. So, but anyway, though, before any of that, we're definitely going to go in on Brunei. Now, speaking of double dipping on the wars like that, now, after Brunei, assuming that Lanfang doesn't join the coalition against me, we're going to then declare on Lanfang. We're allied with Sunda, but their independence is guaranteed by Brunei. So we'll be able to take Lanfang, double dip on Brunei, and then go here against Sunda, which I think what I would do is probably take some more, or almost pretty much the rest of their Borneo provinces, because that is in the Malacca node. And I want to max out how much I have in the Malacca node. Now, of course, we want to get more from the Malacca node, basically after taking Borneo and this area. We'd have to go up against Thaya again, which of course we can do, but that's a little bit more of a challenging war. We have to mobilize quite a lot of troops. They have 100,000 standing army, or a little bit more than that, which of course is doable, totally doable, but not super easy. We'll have to commit a lot of resources to that. But that's something I want to do, but they are in a coalition against us, of course, so it is what it is. Oh, and by the way, what's funny about that is that they're also allied with Bamanis. So any time we were going to actually deal with Bamanis, we'd also be dealing with Thaya. So I have a feeling whenever I'll declare in Bamanis or Thaya, I'll obviously be at war with the other. So that's good. And I would like a little bit more of India, to be honest with you. And definitely at some point, though, we do need to take our permanent claims here in the Surat area here, around the Gulf of Kambat. So that's in our mission tree, so that's definitely something we need to do. And it'd be great if, of course, we can link it up with the rest of the India holdings. It'll stretch all the way up the coast here. So that'll be beautiful. Anyway, let's set this up, folks. Yeah, I think that we are going, as soon as these guys get dropped, this last 7,000 gets dropped off right now, we are going to go ahead and send this fleet over to India and pick our guys up. Oh, actually, here, we'll have them, they're all linking up at Madurai, so we'll send them directly to Madurai to pick these guys up. And they'll come in, and I'll probably drop them off over here to take up Pagaruyung, and then probably have some of them then go for Hajamat. Meanwhile, folks, we have a vacant merchant, a unemployed missionary, not merchant. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, I forgot about this. We have rebels here in Jeddah, Hijazi separatists, and these guys are also ready to attack the rebels, take them out. Let me first here see if there's any other rebels that we have. So, Palawa separatists. Palawa. Palawa. Where are they? Doesn't. Oh, they're in Australia. Okay. I can't really easily get to them, but you know what? You know what? While these guys are, while we have peace right now, let me actually go ahead and get Terra Austral to go ahead and start a war against Mamluki in Australia, which would allow them free movement to take these rebels out, as well as it'll capture this for our colony, this area for our colony. So we'll do that. And also, you know, just for good measure, why don't we send Rio de Plata, because they have 18,000 standing. Why don't we send them against Argentine here, the Scottish colony? How about that? Let's do that. Argentine conquest. Boom. Beautiful. So either of these powers, now be it the Mamluks or the Scottish, they can intervene if they want to, but if they do, we will win. The Mamluks would be like slightly inconvenient because we'll just have to mobilize a lot of soldiers in that whole direction, but that's something we can absolutely do. You know, it won't be too big an issue. So I'll send these guys to hang out with the other ones. Now, I think these are all frigates we're more or less making here. We'll probably send some of them to patrol our home node, some of them to patrol Safi, the Morocco area, and some of them around Tunis here. So we want to have some guys. We want to have some guys patrolling every node. We actually don't have any in Brazil, so we'll want to do that. And this, I just made a whole mess of war galleons. Because we want to have a large amount of heavy ships in stow for a confrontation with France in the future, and just to be able to bring a huge firepower to bear on the sea. Oh, and our diplomat is now free, so let's go ahead and engage with good old Brunei, drawing in Sulu. Which, hold the phone. Oops, hold on, let me do this again. Sulu, we don't want to call in anyone who's in a coalition, of course, or we don't want to co-belligerate anyone in a coalition against us, obviously. Confirm. Zirte. Yeah, we'll have you guys continue drilling, please. So we're also in process of annexing Valencia. That's going to occur very soon. Which will give us room actually for another vassal if we want to take one. So we could take a look at potential vassal. I don't know if we want to do one in Indonesia or India or I don't know where, but we can take a look at potentially having a vassal, another vassal. And I also do want to annex Jerusalem here. You say they lost their main cores anyway. Oh, and you know what, guys? One thing I should have done before I declared this war is ceding this province to Jerusalem, but I don't think I can do that at war. Yeah, Grant province can't do that at war. Can I sell them a province at war? I don't think I can do that either. Sell province at war. Oops. Looks like I'll just have to have this guy uncored here for even longer. But it's okay. Also, one thing I'm making a point of doing is checking every once in a while for Ethiopia, because we want to claim the throne of Ethiopia if we don't have, or if they don't have a heir, or if the heir has a weak claim. Now this one has an average claim and there's an heir, so fortunately it doesn't look like we'll be able to do that anytime soon. But I would love to get Ethiopia as a PU, because I did get, as you can see, my dynasty on their throne. So I think that would be an excellent PU. They're starting to not be the most useful ally of all time, but as a PU, they'd be amazing. That'd be tremendous to have them as a personal union. So anyway, these guys. Oh, these guys are actually on their way to. Well, apparently they're on their way to the Philippines. I didn't change the orders, but I'd rather have them not have to engage with the Brunei fleet here. We're just going to have these guys head straight to Brunei. They don't seem to have any forts at all, actually. And these guys, oh, it looks like they're actually not going to be able to immediately cross into Cebu. We're going to have to get a fleet over here. Oh, they actually ended up capturing a few boats for them. That's amazing. Oh, okay. That was easy. All right. Urbanization. Yeah, so this is always an interesting event. Basically, you pay a large amount of money, basically for some kind of urban renewal project, essentially. Hence the the poor have taken residence outside the city walls, where filthy suburbs have sprung up and disease thrives. So you can improve the conditions. It's a lot of money, but it buys us some development. But the burgers gain influence, and you know what? We're looking at their influence. I think I want them to lose some influence because I honestly would like them to. I would really like them to have influence low enough that I can go ahead and take away. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see how this looks. I can take away some privileges from them potentially. What's better? Red, blue, or green? Now, when it's all combined, it just looks white on the webcam here. Blue? How's that? Blue, green, red. I feel like you can see me the best with green. I feel like blue looks kind of cool. Yeah, this looks cool. Go with that. So to revoke a privilege, their loyalty needs to be higher than their influence. But yeah, I want their influence to decrease. 59% is more than what I wanted at. The clergy's actually at 0 influence as well. So I don't even get any effects from their estate at all. Yeah, all right. Nothing unusual. The burgers can handle it. Oh, that increased their. Wow. Okay, that actually decreased their. So in a state modifier, the growth of the putting out system has expired. Okay, so that actually doubly decreased their influence. So it looks like we will be able to revoke some of these privileges if we want. Like I'm thinking, I'm not going to revoke land of commerce. I think I'll probably keep the. I'll keep the forced draft for the national sailors modifier, and of course you have the state. It's the state decision of the draft ships for war, which is like essentially free heavy ships, which is great. But I might get rid of the financial demand potentially, or at least I don't know. You know what? Actually, I don't know if I even want to necessarily revoke any of these. Actually, I might have been better served with agreeing to that. Although, 3,000 ducats is a pretty large price to pay for just a couple development, to be honest with you. Like, it really is. So you guys, now it's convenient they landed here because we have the separatists here they can now just immediately take out. But, I actually wanted these guys to come up to Siberia. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this fleet here, open up this strait, let these guys cross over and start attacking Cebu, and then immediately send those guys up to Siberia. Jesus. So let me group these guys. Okay, whoa. The people of Marawi, which is where? Oh, here in the Philippines. I'm not going to waste admin power on them. Profiteering in Havana. The citizens of Havana have grown tired of the local influence of greedy Scottish merchants that claim they're using unfair advantages to outcompete local businesses. They demand that we step in to limit the influence of foreign traders in the area and reaffirm the privileges of our own merchants and artisans. If we do not act, they might take matters into their own hands. Local goods produced in Havana. How much do I actually produce in Havana? Actually, a decent amount of tobacco. But let's protect our trade. It's local trade power modifier plus 25%. That's going to be actually quite good for our trade in this node heading straight for Seville. So, great. Let's go ahead and assign a merchant, of course. Or missionary, of course. Taveta, our newly colonized province. Sounds good. Sounds great. Man, that Cascadia treasure fleet. It's such like a it's such a random like kind of outer like as a basically as a colonial region, it's kind of an afterthought, but they're still bringing 3,000, or sorry, 300 to me, with their treasure fleets. That's pretty dang significant. Okay, you guys have crossed over. Let's have them actually cross over now here to Cebu itself. And then we'll send these guys, we'll finish sending them up to Siberia to liberate that rebel-held territory there. All right. Yep. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. So meanwhile, these guys have arrived. So how many ships do I have? So not a huge amount. I'll hire another general, because why not? Yeah, let's send these guys straight to Palembang. So meanwhile, also, let's make sure that any generals who we're not currently using anywhere are drilling. So these guys, yeah, they can go up here, take them out, and these guys will be held up. Not making any progress in the siege there, so they can turn around at ease and go back there. Meanwhile, let us deploy these caravels here to our home node. What other armies do I have that could use to be drilling? These guys are drilling. These guys are sieging. No general. No general. Okay, they're heading up there. I also realize I have both my fleets out here, so I have no one to go deal with these rebels at the moment. So unfortunately, it looks like these Sunni zealots are going to end up taking out some of these taking out and converting some of these Catholic provinces here, which is not like the end of the world, honestly. But I would like to deal with that sooner rather than later. So let's go ahead and we'll drop these guys in Siberia, and then we might just hightail it with the boat all the way back over there and leave these guys there for a little while. And then at some point, you know, our fleet, like our resident fleet here in Asia Pacific Indian Ocean region can go and pick them up after the fact when they have some spare time. So that should be fine. And with any luck, maybe these separatist and Islamist rebels might fight each other. Yeah, so yeah, they ended up converting Futa Jalon, which is unfortunate. And it's interesting to see Islam is actually not as strong in West Africa as it normally is in these games. It's interesting to see. So we have integrated Valencia. Oh, you know what we could do? Ah, there we go. We can use these guys. This Valencia fleet. They're a little Yeah. We could use their fleet, their mini fleet that we integrated. Beautiful. Cool. Yeah, beautiful to see. We got some brand new, shiny, nice provinces. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, so this takes us above our governing capacity. We'll do that, and then you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and start making courthouses. Oh, we can also promote a local organization here. Who should we promote? Goods produced. Paper. I think goods produced would be good. Why is it? Oh, okay. So there's a second there's a scroll bar for this, and then there's a scroll bar within the scroll bar. That's bizarre. It's produced state maintenance, destruction cost, tax modifier, and province governing cost. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. Development, missionary maintenance, resistance reformation. I don't care about that. Local unrest, cross prosperity growth, that's okay. Construction time, fort maintenance. That could be decent. Local manpower modifier, hostile movement speed. Could be good. Which one do we have over here? It's Order of Santiago. You know, I wish I had put in attrition for any of the Order of De Avis. That would have been much better, especially considering that this will probably be a battlefield for France. But in that case, I think I will establish attrition for enemies. Local defensiveness. Well, you know what? Actually might be even better. Granada is mountains. I could put a fort in Granada if I have space. I do not. I don't even have any local organization here, actually. I gotta establish one. The local manpower modifier is actually pretty good. Plus 5%. That helps. Definitely helps. You know what? I might go the Hieronymites. Less governing costs, a bit more money. Order of St. Jerome. You know what? We do have a fort here. although it's not like a super important fort, or it's not like, how do I put this? It's like, I don't know if it's one that's like that easily defensible, in a war with the French. Now, I mean, with of course, with the Great Navy, we could easily just, you have some guys right here and easily just transport them, boom, 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 across, and they can attack. So, yeah, actually, I think this would be the best one. We'll establish the Order of D'Avis. All right. Over here, though, on the other hand, I would like actually to have a fort here in Granada. That would be amazing. But I would have to dev it up several times to do so. So I'll wait on that to declare a specific order or to establish a specific local organization. Question is, do I have one here? I do. And this one is what? Less unrest and prosperity growth. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. That's great to see that these guys are done. Yeah, so I'm bringing that fleet over here to these guys, and I'll use them to transport, or I'll transport them over right to here, and they can take out those rebels. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow, and that the Siege of Cebu already done. Just like that. And we'll go ahead and take out this Cebuan army here. Move these guys down here. Toppin separatists. Ugh. Another revolt I can't easily get my guys over to. Fantastic. So now these guys have arrived. Great. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Okay. Nice. You guys take out these rebels, please. Ohotsk. Okay, I think that's covering everything here. So they'll go ahead and automatically deal with all of these guys. Surprised these areas have the supply limit for my 36,000 or 36 supply limit in a 3 development province in Arctic and severe winter conditions, as well as in January has 36 supply limit. And oh my God, how much would I capitalize? 65. Oh, jeez. That's hilarious. Okay, 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 cool on that then. Yeah, I may as well bring these guys down here for now. Okay, these rebels ended up entering the Mamluk territory. That's fine, then I'll have these guys go down to fight these idiots in Hadramut. But, oh yeah, one thing I could do as well is I could use this fleet, transport these guys down to fight the Mutapa rebels. But I think what I'll do instead is I'll probably just use these guys. I think. So let's have these guys start. Oh! Okay, never mind. All right. Okay. They can make the journey themselves. All right. Then I will send, I think, yeah, some of these guys here. send them like over here, and then we'll just send a handful of these dudes over here, and then they can together take these guys out. These Mutapan separatists. Meanwhile, of course, I'm just stacking up the cash, and I have a bunch of more money to just upgrade crap. And I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the Bab Citadel. Oh yeah, also I forgot, I have these Coruscant rebels here too. All this when the game is still 1665 is crazy work. Yeah, man, I mean, I'm in no hurry, dude. I'm not in a hurry. Whenever I play EU4, it always ends up drawn out like this. I'm a detailed person. But no, I mean, things are moving though. Things are definitely moving. Like we are consolidating control of Indonesia here, the Philippines, and man, we are preparing for the war with France. We really are. So let me handle my diplomats here. So we've got claims for Aragon. I'm also going to definitely attack Aragon pretty quick here, take those provinces. And I think with a lot of the rest of these guys, we should focus on doing some relations improvement with a lot of these countries that are in a coalition against us. Biggest and baddest guy in the coalition is the Ottomans, so let's definitely deal with them. Because, I mean, I don't know. I guess, like, a lot of people, like, when they play EU4, like, they play it just a lot faster. And I don't know why. I mean, it's such a detailed and intricate game. I mean, there's so many different things going on. And, like, so much to, pay attention to. Like, a lot of guys, like, even some of the best players, dude, they actually start playing it like a turn-based game. So they say that in reality, EU4 is a turn-based game, with every single day being its own term. Kick a bit deeper into India. Yeah, definitely. That's one of the reasons why I want to get Bamanis out of the coalition with me, because if I get Bamanis out of the coalition, it's something I mentioned before earlier in the stream. I can declare on Bamanis, right? Which are also allied with Ayutthaya, so I'll take out some of the rest of this, like straight to Malacca area. But then I can double dip on them by going against Vijayanagar because they have their independence guaranteed by Bamanis. And no money problems after that. Yeah, I wouldn't say at this point I have much of a money problem, but if we have all of the, basically if we're hiring all of the all of the mercenary groups, I'm a little concerned that I might start running out of money if I end up doing that. Although it's pretty, it's like, the funny thing with that is like, oh man, like, the idea of having enough for like they even consider having enough for all the different mercenary companies is pretty nuts. And so right now I'm finally focusing on doing some courthouses because we're finally getting governing capacity pretty high. So we're just going to place a boatload of these ones, just invest a bunch of money in that right now. And I don't think I'll have to deal with, I don't think I'll have to worry about governing capacity after that anytime soon. Ooh, High Liberty Desire in Portuguese Mexico. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and you can support loyalists. Yeah, I'll support loyalists. It's a little bit of money, but not much. Ooh. Okay. Let us. Oh, that's funny. Hajiment separatists rise up there. So yeah, let's blockade this, push into the rest of Cebu territory. Yeah, let's bring these guys over here and start fighting the Brunei army here. Where did our other fleet go? Oh, they're on their way over. Okay. Yeah, we'll send these guys on our way, and we'll blockade this, and have these guys go over the strait to take out the capital in Linga. And by the way, guys, thanks everyone for joining tonight. I really appreciate that. Ooh, hurry up, you guys! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! No! No! Oh no! We should have combined our forces before attacking. I thought they'd get there quick enough. Looks like we might edge out a victory here. I'm not certain. No. 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 Oh, I'm stupid, guys. But man, that devastated their army. Holy crud. That's fine. That's not a big deal at all. And I like how as soon as my guys leave India, I have particularists there. Don't you love that? Don't you love that? Not amazing? Amazing how that works? So yeah, you guys, well done. You guys will handle that. You guys get going over here. Oh, these rebels crossed in their territory and got themselves killed. It's fine. It's fine by me. Oh yeah, and over here I had started building some more cogs just to have like some cogs in store, like in case we want to transport like a large amount of guys at once. I think I'll probably just have like a bunch of cogs sitting in some port over here. And the one reason I was thinking of making just like a huge stack, like normally it's not like that big of an issue if you need to double back, like if the ship doesn't have like, you know, quite enough to transport the guys, because you can just double back and get the rest of them. But I was thinking I should have probably, you know, like by transport fleets, actually at least like 35 probably cogs at a time, just so I have to do that like the least amount possible. And then second of all, I want like a huge amount of cogs ready, like maybe even like 100 cogs or something like that ready, just in case like I want to, you know, with the war with France, just immediately like transport a whole mess of guys on their way, so they're not vulnerable waiting for some guys to show up. So for example, if you want to do like a naval invasion of southern France here, or disembark up here, you know, near Paris, which is very vulnerable. And I noticed they got rid of the fort in Caen. They do not have a fort there. They do have one in Chartres, but it's a level 2, so it'll fall quickly. And then Paris itself has no actual fort, just like the level 1 capital fort. So in the case of, for example, a naval invasion of Normandy, and we could do our own Normandy invasion and just march basically into Paris pretty easily. Which could be done in theory, like while a bunch of their troops are distracted here. So, but anyway, that's to be further strategized and calculated when the time comes. Got another conversion here, another missionary, Pangasinan, in the Philippines. These guys are getting pretty close to finishing that up. So let's have these guys occupy the last province. Then we'll take them over here to occupy this and kill the last of the Cebu army. Luwu separatists. So that was quick. Yeah, I'll tariff cotton. So yeah, these guys will have to recuperate their ranks here before we renew our offensive against Brunei. So kind of Not my smartest move, not keeping them together. Not my smartest move there. I got arrogant. And that's right, folks. It could even happen to me. So, Jesus, these notifications, man. Okay. Okay, so we actually have a straight crossing we can do from there to get there. Okay. Start marching these guys north. Other than that, everything's going swimmingly. Makassar revolts too. Oh my God. We have a lot of rebels going on right now. Whole heck of a lot. I guess we have, yeah. Well, we have 100 overextension. That probably has something to do with it. Think so. And it's interesting to see. I have another merchant. What is that from? Oh, maybe from Cromandel? Did we already have 50%? Oh no, we've had 50% for a while. Maybe from Tunis. No, we've had that for a while. I'm not sure where this guy came from, to be honest with you. I don't know. But I don't care. More merchants are more merchants. So where could we send him? Bengal, Burma, maybe? Deccan? Ethiopia? Ooh, the Great Lakes? Zambezi? Katsina? It's an idea. Or somewhere in the Americas? Some in the Americas could work. Like we could do Rio de la Plata, do Panama. What about over here in Asia? Oh, we don't have one in Jiran. Let's put one in Jiran. All right. Yeah, linking up with Japan and just joining this whole Asian trade route. So we'll go all the way from Siberia, all connected to this trade route. Sounds like a plan, Stan. So you guys just go straight over there and kill this army. And then we'll transport these guys to Sulu, and then by that time, the guys in Siberia should be ready to be picked up. So now that's the new month. Let's bring these guys into action once more. Drill instructor. I'm actually going to decline. I don't want that guy because I can't upgrade him. Speak of the devil. Let's upgrade you. Let's replace you with. How much am I getting from taxes? That'll make a difference of 8, so I'd rather go with this guy. Upgrade him twice. Boom, more monarch points. So we're going back to Brunei once again to take it over again. Beautiful. We're defeating their army soundly this time. In a defeat that their manpower just can't handle. So first off, let's go ahead and take out this little mini fleet here. And get these guys over to Sulu. It's too bad a Jazi separatists have shown back up again. Oh, and we have, oh my god. Adlan separatists. So. And then what the heck am I going to do with this little fleet? Maybe we can start another transport and fighting fleet. I guess with these guys. Have 3 of them. Not a bad idea. We could combine it with those other 24 war galleons we have. My god. Tons of rebels cropping up in here. Hold on. What fleet are these idiots waiting for? Oh, these guys. No, dude, just no. No, no, no. I want you guys to be transported by these dudes. We don't have our... Do we have our general attached? We do. So that should be plenty to defeat those guys. Those 10,000 Sulu soldiers. I just hesitate sometimes doing like the naval invasions into a enemy army, since you take a pretty steep penalty, I believe, in that case. Oh, look at that. So look at that. Brunei already fell. So let's get all these guys over here so we can take out that Brunei fleet as soon as they leave the port here. Oh, and apparently we can purchase another age ability, though if I remember correctly, there's not really any others I'm that interested in. Yeah, autonomy change cooldown, I guess. I'll grab that. Cool. Wow, Alfonso's a navigator. He's a navigator! Cool. Cool bonus. Unless they can just walk over, I guess. No, I'd rather have you guys transport over. That'll be quicker. Devastating hit on Brunei's navy. Look at that. Send you guys back here to help out. Then, yeah, you guys definitely, I want you guys transporting over here, and then we're going to be ready to pick up these guys. We are ready to pick up those guys. We'll probably send them straight to Makassar, is what I think we'll do. And we can upgrade some great projects if you want. Just got a ton of money. Tenochtitlan, construction development costs, goods produced, modifier. Sure, that'll give us more gold, I believe. Or build in Mexico City, folks. And guys, thank you all for watching again. I appreciate when anyone comes in and watches the stream. The only thing I'm going to beg from you guys for is that you guys subscribe. You're never going to catch me on this channel. But you guys, we got to make goals today. We got to make goals. Oh, that was fast. Dang. Okay. Yeah, let's stop the spy network construction here. We're going to annex this frickin' thing. Just do it right now. No, we can't do that? Oh, ongoing battle. Oh yeah, you guys are totally going to win this. Cool. Instead, you guys go right here. Oh, so the Mamluks did indeed join our, or so they did indeed intervene to save their colonial subject. Okay. That's cool. That's fine. We can fight Egypt. No biggie. No biggie. Well, let's have you guys show up over here. And we'll get this nice, well-drilled, big old army over here. And Mamluks have 69,000 of a standing army. So that should be just about, like, pretty close to equal numbers. We'll actually have a bit more if we bring these guys over. So Mamluks are going to go down. So we're going to be able to take some territory from them. That's really cool, which we can consider what we want. I'm thinking definitely I'll take this coast here, link up over here. Probably take these two provinces as well, so we just get linked up the whole way. Take some of these internal Oman provinces potentially. We could take some of this Persian Gulf coast, for instance. Could take like the Red Sea coast here, so we're linked up with this area. Which actually might be better than doing that way. I don't know, we could take a look. There's a couple things, but I definitely want to take this coast at least. At least. So let's get you guys to go over here, and you guys can take out these rebels in Sulawesi. Okay. And you guys just keep advancing. Nice. Quality ivory, 20 plus prestige. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Cape of Good Hope. Whoa. Okay. Got some marauding Egyptians going on around here, crossing the Straits of the Cape of Good Hope. Uh-oh. Kind of a pain. How much of a navy do these guys even have? Well, that's most of their navy right there. It's actually not big. Okay. So yeah, you guys are together. You guys do some rebel suppression. Thank you. And now these guys now can go over, and well, for one thing, we have 2 light ships. Barks. What? You're telling me these guys haven't? These guys we captured them from haven't upgraded their trade ships this entire game? That's nuts, to be honest with you. That's insane, actually. Like, surely they would have had enough money to do so. Oh yeah, look at that effect that that making these that effect that making these courthouses have. That's nuts. Should also get ready to annex Jerusalem here. Unless, I mean, you know, ooh. What? Oh, okay. There's some guys hiding over there. Okay. Let's go ahead now and annex Cebu. plenty of admin power to do so. Beautiful. Had disbanded their trade federation, apparently. So, yeah. Let's get some of these beautiful... Ooh, sugar province. Ooh. Gems with potential for coal, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. All right. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Nice control of the Philippines here. Beautiful. But, you know, alternatively, instead of annexing Jerusalem, we could just feed them like a bunch of the Mamluk lands. You know, we just feed them all this, you know, and just not have to bother with like whoring any of this stuff up. It's an idea, isn't it? Well, although they don't have the cores on them anymore, that doesn't have to stop me. Hey, Ethiopia, thank you for helping me out. I appreciate that. Could you help me out with this one, though? Or I think these guys might be on their way to do so. Okay. You guys can't be floating around here. And now these are all cogs. They can just sit here. Or we'll bring them over to Tunis. How about that? I don't know, just so they're out of the way. I'll send them to Sardinia. May as well make some use out of our holdings in Sardinia. Wasn't like the most useful conquest I did, but like I forgot who I even took it from. I think maybe Aragon. But why not, right? Okay, you guys are doing your thing. Oh yeah, we got rebels here. Company rule. So from its humble origins as a joint stock company, the Portuguese Ormuz Company has grown beyond a mere association of merchants and administrators. The company has become a power in its own right, having taken on the function of government in the land it controls, commanding its own armies and fleets. The Portuguese Ormuz Company is truly a force to be reckoned with. Cool. Oh, wow. Trade efficiency plus 15%. Beautiful. Or, you know, can we send you guys to take these? Yeah, nice. Take out these rebels. Cool. Now we can bring these guys back wherever we want, I guess. Probably down here to Halmahera. Or, sorry, Hadramut. Over here in Sumba. But this war is basically over. It's just a matter of like making peace with all these different factions right now. All right, so you guys start sieging there. Great projects. Let's do the Cerro Rico. Because that is the most important, in my opinion. That always significantly increases the amount of gold you're getting from this area. And it doesn't look like Scotland's even intervened in this, and we're definitely going to be beating them soon. So, cool. Great to see him not doing anything. So yeah, this is essentially over. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely over. So you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to bring these guys over to India because there's so many rebellions going on, I kind of forgot about all of them. So they're going to go out over here and take out the particularists there. And then we can bring these guys to deal with Hadramut. We'll first take well, as soon as they take this rebel province back, we will, or hey, you know what? What are these 19 guys? Where did those 19 trade ships come from? Oh, or maybe those were the ones that were patrolling Siam, the Siam node potentially. So I couldn't help but notice that there were a bunch of Mamluk troops on this island here, so we're gonna first actually take them out. Or I thought there were a second ago. Yeah, there's 24,000, so. Oh, wait, hold on. Who's trying to pick these guys up? Who? You guys? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Jeez. Yeah, beautiful to see that all these Mamluk troops are just hanging out here. Like, not doing anything. Oh, these are the guys patrolling Bengal. Oh. Yeah, let's go ahead and wipe these guys out. Like, that should be a nice, easy stack wipe. And like, look at this. Most of their fleet stationed here, too. Easy kill. Easy kill. Meanwhile, what the heck is going on over here? Nice. Okay, siege is progressing. Cool. Mamluk separatists sieging Jerusalem. That's wild. Oh, you guys need to be drilling. What are you doing? What are you doing? And let's actually, now that we don't have rebels, let's get expanding into Siberia. These are some decent development provinces over here in this Lake Baikal area. And with a free diplomat, let's end Palembang. You guys are, no? Oh. Oh. That's right, they're up here too. No problem. We'll take out Sulu. Oh, can't get more than that? Yeah, come on. Give me more. Give me more ducats. Cool, cool. Ooh, that's a lot to core up, but it's a valuable province. It's a valuable province. Beautiful, guys. Look at that. Got Sulu. That's a key province, a key one. That we're going to make into a world fort, or a world port. It's tax modifier and development costs. Where are we going to dev up? Oh yeah, over here for sure. Potentially over here. I feel like this kind of only makes sense in provinces that we have some intention of deving up. It's actually fine. Company garrison. I think I have a fort over here. Yeah, anywhere we have like a fort makes sense to have one of these. We have forts here, don't we? I think Siak has a fort. probably fine. The rest of this 2,000. See what kind of manufacturers make sense. Yasudaro, Starso. That's kind of insane to get that. Like, I think that's a 3 development province here with incense. It's kind of insane I'd be getting that much. Wow. Yeah. Major insane. Yanbu. All right. So, okay. Deploy these guys over here. Liège, sure, they can have fleet basing rights. I don't see why not. It's totally fine. All right. Look at that Mamluk army going down with nowhere to run either. And that's a stack wipe. That's a stack wipe, folks. That is a stack wipe. Hurts to see, man. Hurts to see. Okay. You guys. These guys already arrived in India? They have. Deal with this situation, please. All right. Oh, thank you, Ethiopia. Okay, Alexandria is getting pretty close to falling, and then we'll just go straight for, well, we'll take this situation out here, and we'll go straight to Cairo. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Of course, this whole Egyptian fleet's going down right now. They're going to be sleeping with the fishes here. Cool. Well, we actually lost a few galleys, but that's fine. Now, meanwhile, with these guys, let us actually take them over to this this capital island of Hadramut here, and take them out, and then we can conclude this little excursional war here. And then we have our our beautiful claims on good old Lanfeng here, and then we can just easily send our guys, take out Brunei again, as well as take some of Sunda's territory. Just keep a whole mess of crap in Indonesia. And also, we've got more money already. Let's make some soldiers' households, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be crucial. It's going to get us a whole mess of more soldiers. Increase our manpower. It's key. And so these guys will get over here and we'll start sieging down this island. Then I'll send one group over to deal with this little area that Pagaruyung has. Probably also send him out to these Hajmat Islands. And that'll conclude the war. Okay, they're ready to disembark. Let's go, hurry up. Hopefully they don't have any big fort. It's gonna take me like forever to take. They don't. So this can all be done very, very quickly. And you know, we definitely want to go full speed ahead, folks, because you know, the clock's ticking. You know, time's going on, and France is not stopping. You know, they're still doing more campaigns into Europe. And you know, as time goes by, they're only going to get stronger as well. So we need to keep moving. And you know what? Why not send these guys actually? Yeah, guys, I'm gonna hop off in a few here. I want to do this a little longer, but the missus is getting a little antsy to go to sleep, and I understand it's getting a little bit late. I mean, it's not crazy late, but it's already 11:30, so I don't blame her. But yeah, that's why I had the this desk in the other area, but I got home one day and I've been moved back in here for some reason. So I'm probably gonna move it back, and I thought that wasn't the best idea because it's like, look, like, you know, if I'm doing a stream in here, I don't want to, and you're trying to sleep, I don't want to be bothering you, you know. So, but it's understandable. But yeah, I think I'll call it here for now, guys. But so in our next episode, we'll be finishing, of course, this little war up. We'll go Lan Fang, so we can double dip on Brunei, and of course get some more of this beautiful Sunda land. And by the time we finish that, man, wow, like we're gonna have such a strong position over here, even more money. You know, it's gonna be absolutely beautiful. And the only thing I can think to do beforehand is maybe you could build a couple of these sailors' households, or sorry, actually, impressment offices. I think that's probably good. Training fields, definitely these two. Dry docks. Whew. Dry dock in Lisbon, thank you. And anything over 200. Training fields, probably also anything over 200. Then I guess some more courthouses, I guess. We're actually kind of running out of things to use money for. But, yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to head to bed. But thank you all for joining. I appreciate the heck out of it. If you guys can drop a subscribe, I would appreciate the heck out of that. And we'll be back for another part very soon. So, thank you all for joining me tonight. Did about an hour and a half. All right. Have a good one.